Hi everybody, it's Tommy Jo from Bird Street Studio. And I'm here with my Roxy's Weekly Challenge 2025, week 18. I think Rachel has it as week 17, but that's because she did 2 videos and called them both week 16. So I'm just going to continue on with my numbers. I don't know if she'll catch that or what, but anyways, I'm just going to continue on. So for me, this is week 18. And what Rachel did is she had some art books, and she called it How to Use Large Art Pages in Journals. And she had some glossy, like you often find in big books like this, but they were all pictures of artists, like Italian artists during different times. And so she was making different ephemera out of those pages and how you can utilize them. I do have a couple of old art books, but they're not ones that I want to rip up yet. I'm not prepared to do that. But I did find this book. Well, plus, I'm not sure what kind of a journal I would use, those like Renaissance art type or medieval art paintings and that, what kind of journal I would use those in, other than like I just finished that one for my niece that was, because she's going to Italy, something like that. It would be very appropriate for that, but I don't see that in my near future again just yet. But I do, almost in any journal you can use botanicals or garden pages, whatever. So I do have this book. I got it at a thrift store, and I have already used pages out of it, and I thought I'll just use these and we'll do the same idea, make ephemera. Now, I want to say that I recorded about a half an hour of this video. Okay, I thought I was recording this video, and for about 30 minutes it didn't record. So let me show you what I did. Is I cut out pages. Let me move this out of the way real quick. I cut out pages and I already had them set up. So I did this as a fold over. Like you could put it in a signature like this. And you could actually open it either side, whichever would be really cool. Okay. And I do tropical journals, so this would be great for that. I also did like a fold over card. There were 2 pictures on a page. They were actually set like this. So I cut that out and folded it and made it a card and thought we could decorate that, the inside. This one I thought would make a cool signature page as well. And it could be used for either direction, depending on what journal you were using or what you want to see as your focal point. I made a tag, a double tag like this. And then I had some pictures on the back of sheets when I got done, and I cut those out because I thought those would be cool, as if you had a page like this, for instance, and you wanted to put an inset picture. You know, wouldn't that be pretty? Just inset on the page. So that's what I did while I was not recording. So I'm going to go and we're going to try and find at least 1 or 2 pages in this book where we can actually go from start to finish. The pages in this book, as you can see, I've already ripped some out. They are sewn in, so they are a little bit difficult to remove. But I saw this and I thought, why not use this one? This could be one, right? Evidently I cut this out for something. So we wouldn't even have to decorate that. It could just be part of a signature page. So there we go, 1. Oh, this is pretty. This looks like I had struggled getting it out. So let's think of what I could do with this. If I made this maybe an envelope, a faux envelope, and then we could decorate the top. Okay, let's let me get my cutter out here real quick. We'll cut this kind of edge off and we'll see how big this is. So right now this piece measures almost 8, and if I did an envelope, you could do 8 if you put it in a belly band, but I would want it a little smaller. Really do love that, but I think we're going to cut it just a hint smaller. So maybe I will take this white off of here. Because I'm thinking even if we make it into an envelope, like a faux envelope, and we want to tuck it behind a belly band, it needs to be, excuse me, it needs to be less than 8 inches, and this would make it about 7. So I think that's good. So let's see if we have anything else. This is just a full green sheet, so I'm thinking that I want to do this maybe like this. And then we'll fold this one down. Okay. Yep, I think that'll work. And then this will give us a pocket. Okay. And we'll decorate this. Okay, I think that's perfect. So let's see what else we got. Oh, there's beautiful pictures in here. Look at this. Gosh, that could make another page. Yeah, see, if you try to do that, it just totally rips the page. So I want to find my X-Acto knife and see if I can't cut that string. They were hard to get out. I was ripping them and it was like, no, I don't want to do that. This is one that I already pulled a page out of too, that I probably ripped the edge. Oh, look at all these little pictures. Make for good ephemera, huh? I'm kind of liking that. Ooh. These are all some good pictures. It's like they're all different sizes, so you're not really sure. And there's good pictures on the front and the back. So how do you make that decision? And look at this one. You know, this right here. Okay, put these aside. I kind of like the whole idea of this. I'll show you. Hold on just a second. These are some really good pictures. But I'm liking the idea of this, the woodland garden. I like that. And so I'm thinking if I watch this. And cut that, and then we fold this. Maybe I want to fold that a little different. Let's okay, fold that like that. And then look at that, the woodland garden. And then we've got that and that. So what I'm thinking is, why can't we make a little like booklet out of that? And we will cover this piece maybe with this. How about that? Or should it be this side because it's woodland? Or should it be this side? I really think this is pretty. So. Okay, so I'm going to make this a little smaller. Okay. We're going to put that right there. Love it. Okay, so we're going to just go ahead and decorate all these different things. Maybe, let's see how much time we have. Okay, but I love this. I love the idea of this. So let's go ahead and glue this down. I'm going to just use, well, I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac just because it's this glossy paper. And I don't know how that will stick. I could sand it, but I'm not into that, honestly. Okay. I had a tissue. A paper towel here. Oh, how pretty is that? Love it. Okay, let's get a couple pieces of paper to go in there. Maybe some coffee dyed paper. Let's do this. Let's make there's one. Let's find something else. They're up at, my paper is up on my shelf, so. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Let's do, put that like that. That like that. Could probably get these in there as well. At least this one. Okay, so I'm going to put this one right around the outside like this. And we will call that a little notebook. Look at that. Okay. Save this one. Okay, so we need to sew this one in. So let's get a let me see, we just want to kind of center these in here, sort of. Okay. And I'm thinking that this one could go down just a hair. Perfect. Okay. And we do not need to measure holes for this because it's not going to go in any kind of a cover. So we can literally just, let me move you out just a little bit. I think we're out as far as we can get here. Okay. Because we're not going to put this in with multiple signatures, we can just use our needle to poke our holes through there. The only thing I want to be sure to do is I want to be sure and catch this one little sheet, which is right about here and here. So I'm going to go out through what I think is about the middle. Okay. Like this. And then I want to come back in inside of this. So I want to come back in pretty close to there. So I'm going to just go maybe this far. Perfect. Then I want to go out about the same distance. Make sure I catch that. Perfect. And then we want to come back in the center hole without piercing that center thread. Okay. Which I just did. Absolutely without piercing it. Okay, I think I got it this time. Okay. Now, what we can do is, we got to pull our tail through, is we can really adjust the string because I never cut it. So, I'm going to make this smaller, this little tail smaller. And pull this one. Then I'm going to cut this there. Now you want one string to go on one side of the center and one string to go on the other side. Pull them tight because that will pull your stitching tight. That's basically a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, but just without a whole lot of measuring in that to make this little booklet. I love it. Look at that. So there's one piece right there. I think you would be proud of me, Rachel, using garden pages and okay. Get my needle back in here. I have puppies, so I have to be careful of pins, needles, anything that they could swallow. Small buttons, snaps. because they live under my craft table. Okay, piece 1 done. I love it. Okay, so this one, move this off. This one we want to make into an envelope, right? But we want to, I'm not concerned about what the inside looks like. And that's fine, and this is fine. So I think we need to just collage this, and I don't know, maybe this. I'm not too concerned about that. So we can collage those with, we have book pages, music pages, these are what's at the end of the books. So they would be good to use. So let's, and these, when I cut a strip off or tear a strip off like this, I keep this because I will either stamp on it or I'll use it as a backing for a tag or something. Okay, I'm thinking that if we actually cut this in half, I'm thinking we could glue this to here and glue this to here, and it would fall down inside of there. I like that. Okay, so let's use our Fabri-Tac again. Keep my papers just a minute. Okay. I don't know, I guess we could try a glue stick and see what happens. Let's try. I can't believe I did like half of this video and it didn't record. Okay, so we want it to go here. Perfect. Then this one, do we want this side or do we want this side? I think we'll do that side. Anyways, it's a very dreary looking day outside here. It was very sunny this morning when I got up and took the puppies out. But it's looking rather, I think I'm just going to overlap the whole thing instead of having to tear it off. So far it feels like it's stuck pretty good. Now I got to figure out the fold. Okay, so now perfect. Okay, I'm going to use double-sided tape to hold my sides down. And I got this at Amazon. I am an Amazon affiliate, so I will put it in my affiliate links. And you get like different sizes. It's pretty inexpensive. Okay, so we want to put this right here along this edge. And put this one right here along. Oh, I better turn this so we can see it. Put this one right here along this edge. And then we're just gonna remove the top piece. Oh, that stuck to my finger. Okay. And remove the top piece of this one. And then we should just be able to bring that right up and lay it down. Okay. Now we want to collage the top, and thinking we could maybe use part of this, right? I think if we use it like that, you can't really tell the direction too much. So let's cut that off, and then we'll collage it with okay. And then we need, let me see what I have for scraps. Oh, that might be nice, huh? Okay. I think we're a go. Okay, I think I'm going to do that because I'll show you what I'm going to do on the bottom. So that's how I'm going to put this one together. So we want to put this one down first. And then this one we'll put right in the middle, like this. And we don't actually need that much of it, do we? Could put that like that. Yep. Okay. Then my thought is, what if we kind of rip this edge? Like that. Oh, I like it. Look at that. Okay, so then we want to distress this with, puppies are barking at the front door. We'll distress this with our vintage photo, and we'll distress this edge, our torn edge. What happens is I have those like side light windows right by my door, so they go all the way to the ground, and I don't have anything on them. I don't have blinds, I don't have a curtain, just because I love having the light in. It's kind of a pain at nighttime because you don't want people seeing in, but honestly, there's not much they can see where they are. So I've just never covered them. I keep thinking I should get something to cover them up, but I just never do, because I love the light. But it means the puppies have total access to those windows. So one gets at one and one gets at the other. And like if there's a squirrel or a lizard, or, I mean, sometimes I have a snake, one of those black snakes will go across the patio. And they want out. So they stand there at those windows and just carry on. So I think this came out good. So this will make a great envelope. And it'd have to be an insert because it's too wide, you know, to go on a page. Where's my page? It's, you know, it's obviously too wide to go on a page like this. So it would have to be like an insert in a belly band, but I think that's so pretty. And then I'm not going to decorate it any more than just this until I put it in a journal. So I'm not sure, you know, what journal it's going to go in, what I want to do with it. So there's two. Love it. Okay, and this one could also become a booklet, but I think, to be honest with you, it would be just a nice page. But I'm thinking maybe we want to put a little coffee dyed paper or something right there. Or I have this lined paper. What if we cut this in half, or ripped it in half anyways, and put that on one side and make it a journaling space, like right here, or we could put it on both sides like that. I kind of like it like that. Okay, it's gonna be a go. Using scraps and still staying true to Rachel's using kind of glossy or whatever book pages, large book pages. So just goes to show you, I interpret her challenges how best it suits my work. And I'm sure she's just fine with that. I think the idea is that she's giving you ideas for different ways to use things. And I love it. I love that she's doing that. Okay. Let's go up a little bit. There we go. Whoops. Okay, just had a wrinkle. Okay, I love it. Now, when I go to put this in a journal, I'll make a decision if I want to put something on this side or if I want to make this into a booklet or whatever. But I do think I want to round the corners of this. So let's do a 1/2 inch round. Like this. There we go. I love it. And again, I'm not going to put a focal point on. This actually would be really cool in my bee journal, huh? Okay, I'm going to put this one aside because if we have time, I might want to decorate that for my bee journal. Let's see what else we have. Oh, we have this tag that I showed you. I already didn't video it. And I think I just want to cover it with writing space. So let's get another copy dyed paper, or let's use my handy dandy craft paper. I think that'll work. But I mean, if you have, I have actually some old stitching books, and I thought I did make a sewing journal a while back, and I'm thinking, I'm collecting stuff to make another, and I'm thinking this would be a good idea to use those, you know, use the stitching book and cut out pages and like cross stitch or embroidery or whatever, and use it in a sewing journal. So I like this idea, so I just may do that. I look at those books and just I'm never sure what I could do with it, you know. Well, now I know. Okay, so we want to just cut this out. Well, last night I looked on my channel because I was going to answer some comments, and I noticed that we are really close to 1,000. Like, I keep saying we're close, but like we are really close to 1,000. And so I'm trying to figure out what we want to do for 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I have a couple ideas, but you know, it can take a long while to get to 1,000 yet, so. So we'll see what happens. But I really appreciate everybody subscribing, and man, I just love the comments, people that are commenting, and I get to interact with everybody. That's so cool, because usually, you know, when you videotape, you're standing here talking to yourself, kind of. And so it's nice to read comments and then be able to interact with everybody. I just love it. So thank you so much for leaving a comment. And what's nice too is if you watch the video, make sure you hit the like button. But also, if you don't really know what to say in a comment, just leave a heart. It just shows me that you are here and that you appreciate the video. And then I appreciate you. Okay, let's get this one on before I do trimming, because I could be way off. Okay. So now I can see better where I need to trim here. Oh, what a pretty tag. And you can decorate it more, but honestly, I would just slip that right in a pocket. Look at that. I love it. I want to trim this off though. There. Okay, maybe we'll distress the edge a little. If I can find my distress handle. It rolls all over my desk. Rachel, thank you so much for these ideas. Even though I'm not using art pages, I may one day decide that it's okay to cut the pages out of the books that I have that do have art pictures in them, but I think I will use these right now in the different journals that I make. These would be more conducive to what I would put in my journal. So, and I also need to put a couple of these in my idea book. You know, that idea book that I haven't made yet? And I keep hearing more and more people talk about their idea books. It's kind of like, you know, when you sit in the living room or whatever and you're having a conversation, and then all of a sudden you start getting ads on your phone in that for whatever you were talking about, you know, that whole Google thing. Well, that's how I feel now. I keep talking about not having an idea book, and every video I watch, I go, well, and in my idea book. Okay, I love it. There's a tag. So let's see what else we have. Oh, we have this big page. This, I think, will become an insert. And if that's the case, then let's maybe just put a piece here for now of something. Oh, you know what? I have all these little green squares that we could collage onto here. But I'm going to take just a second, and I will either fast forward or cut this out. And I'm going to distress the edges of these so that when we collage them on there, they show up better. So I will either just fast forward through this, or I will come back when I've got them all distressed. Okay, so I've got them all distressed. So let's start applying. This is the easy part, the glue part. And I think that this paper is light enough where you could write on it, you know, journal on it. Hear that puppy sneezing in there? And I think this will be the last one we do, just because I think we're real close to an hour. I think I'm at about 50 minutes or so, so maybe a little more. Oh, there's something with more of a straight edge here. Let's see. Okay, I love it. Okay, look at that. And if we turn it this way, got writing space, no matter how you turn it. So I think we're going to let it go at that. We do have a couple of other pieces here. Oh, this one we just did this. So we got those. So let's like recap what we've done. And I appreciate your patience. Okay, so first we made this little booklet. I love this. I absolutely love this. And then, of course, this is the card that I cut on the video that didn't video. Okay, so it was just that there were two pictures, and I will collage the inside at a later time. This is just a large fold out page. I'll wait and put it in a tropical journal or something. And this right here is just a fold over with some writing space in it. But I mean, look at all these ideas for things that you can use these pages for. And then we have our faux envelope. Oh, you know what? I might want to cut I don't think I could get my big one in there, but maybe I can squeeze this. I forgot to make a thumb notch in this. I'm not sure if I can squeeze it in there or not. Let's see if we can pull this out far enough to get a thumb notch in there. I think we can. There we go. Okay. We've got our envelope, and then we have our tag, our fold over journaling tag. So I love this. Thank you, Rachel, for your ideas, and it's really opened up my eyes to things I can now use my other books for as well. And I hope everybody enjoyed the video and got some good ideas from it. Please go out to Rachel's channel and support her on her weekly challenges, because they're great, and they're great to give you ideas. And as usual, I love my subscribers, so thank you to my past, present, and future subscribers. As we reach, once we go over 1,000 and maintain, I will do a giveaway, and I will announce that once I figure that out, just to show you my appreciation. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and like I asked you in the video, comment. I love the interaction. Have a great day, everybody, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.